going on, everybody? We're going to be recording a special one for today. It's going to be Manhood Monday. So, grab your fucking chairs, buckle the fuck up, and watch this shit. I'm going to clip my cigar real quick. Meanwhile, I'm doing that. Oh, and by the way, people that say that Swishers are cigars, they're not cigars. If you don't have to clip the end, it's not a cigar. That being said, let's hop straight into it. What I'm going to be talking about, Manhood Monday, of course, is being a fucking true man. Guys nowadays have such low standards. They'll go sleep with a bunch of women, treat a bunch of women like they'll bait them in so they can sleep with them. Hate that shit. Can't say I've never done it before, but what I'm trying to do is help the fucking world just be a better place. And I'm sorry, but sleeping with a bunch of women is not it. You're not being cool. You're not cool. Let me light this up real quick. So one thing that I really fucking hate, and like one thing I started to realize, I'd say probably about a couple years back, is a lot of guys will be like, hey dude, what should I say to this girl? If you think that one line is gonna get a girl to be like, hey, I wanna hang out with him, I wanna drink with him, I wanna go home with him, I wanna sleep with him, dude, you're a loser. You are asinine, because women have this thing called intuition and a bullshit sensor like no other. You ever lie to your mom before and she just says, that's a lie? And it's like a pretty believable story, and she just calls you straight the fuck out. She doesn't even have to have proof. She doesn't even have to know. She just genuinely knows. Women have an intuition like men do not understand. So if you think one line is just going to get a girl to just go home with you, sorry. But you need to look at yourself in the mirror, see if you're strong, see if you're an actual gentleman. And are you saying things that every other guy is saying in the world, like, oh, you're really hot, or like, oh, what's going on tonight? Just some stupid line bullshit. So let's say you go and talk to this girl, and she does want to hang out. Do not try to sleep with her, especially if she's drinking. Like, dude, first of all, that's the number one way to get in trouble. A lot of people get in trouble nowadays for things that they shouldn't even be getting in trouble for, but people like to cry wolf sometimes. Anyways, so say you go on a date with a girl. First things first is do not overspend on the date. What do I mean by do not overspend on the date? It has nothing to do with saving money. We don't care about saving money. What we care about, dress to impress. Yes, you need to dress nice, but do not dress up in a suit unless you wear a suit all the time. And do not spend hundreds of dollars on the first date. It's asinine, because that girl's going to think, wow, this is a really cool guy. He spent a lot of money on this date. He must really like me. And you're going to get her thinking that that's who you are. So if you can't spend, say you're going to go spend $80 on this date. If you can't do that like once or twice a week, do not spend $80 on a date. $80 ain't shit for a date. Because by the time you spend money on fuel, dressing nice, I mean, I'm sorry, but if you go and get a whole new outfit for that, you can spend $80 just on a t-shirt. Or not a t-shirt, but a dress-up shirt. But take her out to, like, I don't know, Longhorn Steakhouse. That's a decent restaurant. That's a decent, nice date, I guess. But if that's not something you can regularly afford, don't spend that money on that date. Do something cool, do something creative, something cheaper if you can't afford a nice date. Now, if you can't afford a nice date, then do it. But represent yourself in the way that you can do it all the time. So don't get her used to you being a certain way if that's not you all the time. Because she's going to think that you're this big ballin' guy if you go spending $200 or $300 on this date and you're playing it off like, oh, it ain't nothing. But really, you're like, well, I'm going to be broke for the next week. If that's your mindset, do not even take the girl on the date. You don't deserve to go on a date. And if you bait her into thinking that you're something when you're nothing, I'm sorry, but you are worthless and you're part of the problem in this world. Guys nowadays have zero standards. We need to keep our standards high. And be honest with them on the first date. A date, that's a fucking interview. You're interviewing this person to see if you want to spend time with them. And if that's not your purpose in the date, then you shouldn't go on the date. Sorry, but it's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. And you could be doing something productive. You could be working on starting a business or working on the business you may already have, or learning about businesses, or just going to the gym, somehow bettering yourself, studying how to talk better. Something. You can be productive in somehow, some way, better shape or form. That being said, when you go out to eat and you pick her up, or for some reason, even after you told her that you're a traditional guy and you will pick her up, you can understand and respect that she doesn't want to be picked up by this random guy that she doesn't know. It's understandable. There's a lot of crazy people out there nowadays. Even women. Like, you see stories on the news of women doing stuff, you know? But make sure you open up the door for her. Do not allow her to even touch a fucking door handle. If you allow her to touch a door handle, you are not a gentleman. I'm sorry. I'm calling all the men out who think they're men. But if your woman touches a door handle, I'm sorry, but you're not a true gentleman. Because a true gentleman will open up that door for her. And once you start doing that, guess what? Most women haven't ever even had the door open for them, let alone held for them each and every single time. I still do it for my wife. Each and every single time we go somewhere, I open up and close the door for her each and every single time. She's not allowed to touch the door handle. Going into any building, getting into the car, getting into the truck, nothing. You do not allow her to touch that door handle. And you go in, you tell them for a table of two, a nice seated area. Let them know that you're on a date. You're on a date. Don't play it off like, yeah, we just want to get some dinner. Say, like, hey, I'm on a date. I want a nice spot. Tell them what you want. You're the guy. Let them know what it is you want. Make a space that is different from what every other person out there is doing. Because there's some guys out there, I don't call them men or gentlemen, but they'll go out, dress to the T's, spend all this money just to try to sleep with a girl. Well, what was the point in that? What was the point? You wasted your time. You wasted her time. Now you're probably not going to talk to her again. You're an asshole. And that's what's wrong with people nowadays. Take a girl out. Treat her nice. Take her to a nice dinner. Treat her well. Why is it that we have to sleep with everybody or everyone that we think is attractive? Just because you think someone's attractive doesn't mean you need to sleep with them. Like, my generation, I don't even like saying my generation because, oh man, generation's stupid. So dumb and asinine. Like, no one has standards anymore. Like, no one wants to go to the gym. No one wants to eat better. Like, oh man. First of all, you as a guy, you need to have standards for yourself. You need to be going to the gym. First thing in the morning, take a cold shower, at least for 1 minute. You need to be trying to get in 3-minute cold shower. As cold as you can get that thing. Yeah, it sucks. Who cares though? Boo-hoo. Cry me a river. I don't care. Go to the gym. Do your fasted cardio for 30 minutes. Make sure your heart rate is underneath 130 beats per minute. Get your workout in, bro. You don't have to go in and lift 1,000,000 pounds, blah, 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 blah. Be all egotistical. Dude, go in, put the work in, better yourself, hold yourselves to a higher standard, have honor, respect, demand, I was going to say demand respect, but most people will think that I'm just like, oh yeah, I need to demand respect. Demand respect by the way you dress, by the way you talk, by the way you walk, by the way you treat other people, and by the way you look. If you think that people will not judge you based off what you look like, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. If you're overweight, people might not say it out loud, people might not even admit to it, but I'll admit to it. They're judging you, and they think that you're fat. Subconsciously, they're thinking that. Now, they might still be nice to you, but they're not going to treat you and respect you as much as if you were fit. And I can talk from this point of view because I was once 289 freaking pounds. My head looked like a bowling ball. I was obese, okay? I can talk about being fat because I was once fat. Hated life. It was a sad, dark, miserable, depressing place. Was I depressed? No, because I don't believe depression in itself is a clinical disease. I think it's your life. If you have a shitty life and you have nothing going on, well, you're probably going to feel shitty. Your mind's going to tell you and let you know, hey, this sucks. It's a notification. It's not something for you to just like, oh, this is my life now. No, you can better your life. You can always better your life. Work hard, get smarter, study things. Not gonna lie, the cigar's kicking my ass. The small one's better than the big one that I had last week. That being said, yeah, I don't really understand the guys nowadays. Like everyone just like why is it that we just want to party, drink, smoke every Friday and Saturday? That's what everyone around my age wants to do. Why don't we become men? Why don't we become successful? Well, I don't want kids right now. Okay, that's understandable. But why don't you prepare for when you do have kids? I hear people all the time that want to have kids, but like aren't financially set. Can't even afford the things that they have at that moment. And I'm sorry, but your kids, you need to have a standard. Your kids need to look up to you. They don't need to look up to some guy on YouTube. Why don't you be the standard for your kid? Let's talk about being real gentlemen here. Why are all the dads so absent nowadays? I'm sorry, but if you think that you're a great dad because you work 40, 50, 60 hours a week, congratulations. Most guys do that. You ain't nothing special. Oh, you might work hard, but you ain't working smart because once you get home, you're tired, you're exhausted. You get on your phone, and I'm sorry, but such a lame excuse. Oh, it's just been a long day. You're gonna give your wife and kids the lame ass excuse of you worked hard today, you're tired and exhausted from 8 hours of work? I'm sorry. When I was 19 working in the oil field for 16, 17 hours a day, barely getting 4 hours of sleep at night by the time we got back to wherever it was we were staying. I'm sorry, but that's a lame ass excuse. You better not be coming in with the weak ass energy to your kids and wife. You need to be giving them full energy. You're really gonna give them the what's left of you? No, sir. You need to be coming home with great energy. Don't go home, crack open a beer, see what's on TV. Oh, look at that baseball game's on. Dude, really? No wonder why your wife nags at you. Your wife is there as a partner trying to help better you. And you're going to go home and just sit there. Oh, yeah. Like, dude, no wonder why your wife nags. No wonder why your wife gets mad at you. And then she's like, well, me and the kids are going to go do this. Okay, I was really wanting to go, but I'm just really tired. Dude, go with your kids. Because one day you're going to wake up and those kids are going to be fucking fully grown and they're not going to have anything to do with you. About the age of 13, 14, they start hanging out with people. And you're going to be like, dang, I wish I would have spent more time with my kids. And then you're going to be pissed at yourself. You're going to be sad. You're going to be probably drank more beers, blah, 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 blah. Because now your kids aren't home. So now, like, well, I can have a few more because why not? Yeah. You need to set standards. Everyone needs to quit drinking so damn much. I used to drink all the time. And honestly, it was the biggest waste of money, biggest waste of time. And I promise you, you're not going to fucking go out and meet people at the bar that are worth a fuck. You're not going to make no business deal. You're not going to meet this guy. Like, dude, so many people will be like, well, I go to this nice bar and I have these drinks because, you know, I could meet this person and then maybe we could work some business and blah, blah. Dude, come on. Get the fuck out of here. You're just trying to rationalize for your shitty ass choices. You just want to rationalize. You're so egotistical. It's so dumb. One thing that super pisses me off, especially guys nowadays, I'll reach out to people. I'll be like, hey, like, you want to, I don't know, go to the gym together sometime? You know, maybe, yeah, sometime. Like, what kind of energy do people have, dude? Like, no one's serious about anything nowadays. They're like, oh, I got a lot going on. Dude, everybody has a lot going on. You want to know why? It's because they don't want to fucking do anything. And I'm so tired of the guys nowadays having so much to do. Dude, what is it that you even do? You're going to go home and play video games. Okay, cool. Cut out the fucking video games. Go meet up with the person that you're supposed to meet up with or supposedly want to meet up with. Go work out. Go figure out how to become successful. Dude, y'all need to be talking about money. Y'all need to be talking about bettering yourselves. Going to the gym. Figuring out how to, like, learn the things it is that you don't know. When someone comes to you and says, yo, let's figure out how to, like, get rich or something. You're like, yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, no one fucking knew what they were doing before they did it. They started doing things. Everyone nowadays thinks that there's this education problem. It's an application problem. I'm sorry, but no one wants to apply themselves to shit nowadays. And it just grinds my fucking gears. Especially people my age. I'm like, hey, let's go be successful. Like, let's create a group where we all keep each other accountable. Hey, one of our brothers is struggling right now. He was hospitalized. Like, let's all put some money together. Let's help him out, you know, like, let's give him some food or whatever it is that he needs, or like, let's pay this bill for him. Let's help our brother out. Make a brotherhood. That's a lot. That's a lot. Dude, who's gonna save you when shit happens? Who's gonna save you? That's the question you should be asking. Who can you call up and ask for $500 right now? Maybe they don't have it. That's fine. But I'm sorry, but if someone I know absolutely needs it, and I consider them a brother, I'm gonna help them out. Sorry, my cigar almost went out. Can't let it go out. These are good. If y'all ever get a chance, get an acid cigar. These are the tiny ones. Crush Classic. Super good, super flavorful. They're the smaller ones. They're only about like that long, so they last 30 minutes, somewhere in there. Around 30 minutes. But if you're constantly hitting it, you know, 15, maybe 20 minutes. It's a pretty good cigar. Really good cigar. I really like them. They're actually my favorite, if y'all didn't know that. And if y'all want to support and send me a new cigar for me to try, I'm always opening up to trying cigars. Swishers, again, are not cigars. If you don't have to clip the end, it's not a cigar. You have to clip the end in order for it to be a cigar. If you don't have to use one of these, it's not a cigar. Anyways, back to Manhood Monday. I, myself, struggle with trying to find other people my age who want to become successful. Like, people like, oh yeah, that would be cool. Like, everyone's self-belief is so minimal nowadays. Like, no one even believes in themselves. So they're like, well, that would be cool. Does it not infuriate you that if you woke up tomorrow and your job told you you're fired, you have no fucking backup plan? So many people are arrogant. And I understand where they're kind of coming from. But I'll post on Facebook, who wants to get rich? Who wants to become successful? Or does anyone nowadays want to become successful that's around my age? And I really respect these people, love them to death. But they'll say, well, I'm happy with where I'm at. It's not everything's about money, even though they'll get up for a job that they hate, which is hysterical to me. They'll get up for a job that they hate, but they won't get up to go to the gym to better themselves. Well, if you hate that job, then what else are you going there for if you're not going there for just a paycheck? But they'll tell me, well, when God calls me, when God tells me it's time for me to, dude, I'm sorry, but that's a lame-ass excuse for you to sit there and justify not doing more. Well, it's more responsibility. Okay, so then you just admitted to me that you want to be lazy and that you don't want responsibility and you don't want to be successful. Okay, fine. Well, at least be honest with yourself. Don't sit here and tell me that money's not everything, but you go to a job that you hate. That's funny. It's not for the paycheck. Then what are you going for if you hate it? But yeah, people will tell me like, well, we don't want to focus on money, blah, 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 blah. You know what the number one thing is in relationships that cause divorce or people to split? It's financial. What really pisses me off about guys nowadays, especially guys my age, will think that they don't need to pay for this. They don't need to pay for that. They don't need to buy their girl this. They don't need to pay for their girl to have that. I'm sorry, but 100 years ago, I know that one salary used to pay for the house and all the bills and everything. And the woman didn't have to work. I'm sorry, but that's how it should be. I don't mean it has to be like that. Now, if a woman wants to have a job, okay, cool. But if you think that you don't have to buy your woman 90% of your woman's shit, sorry, but you got some work to do. My cigar's out. Honestly, I'm gonna let it sit. No. But guys nowadays will think that they don't need to buy this or that because that the woman should buy it for themselves. And honestly, that's just the saddest, most pathetic thing I think a guy could possibly say to him. Like, well, why do I have to buy it? Because you're her man, dude. Wake up. That's your fucking role. That's your fucking job. If you're not going to buy her shit, I guarantee you that girl could turn around, go out that same day, and find someone else to buy it for. Some other guy. And if you don't think it'll happen, keep saying that stupid shit to your woman. She's going to find somebody else. Not because they're gold diggers. No, it's because that's what a woman wants. She wants security. I'm sorry, but if you don't want to buy your woman shit, then you're probably not shit. Now, if you just simply can't afford it at the time, that's a whole nother story. I know that the people, all the haters are going to be commenting, blah, 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 blah. yeah, go ahead, sit in the basement, play your video games. Shut the fuck up. I'm talking to gentlemen out there who actually want to be real men. You need to be, if you don't have abs, I don't have abs right now, but I'm working towards getting abs. I used to be fat as fuck, now I'm working towards getting abs. Now you don't have to be like 8%, you don't have to look like a bodybuilder. Like, no, but you need to be in good shape. You need to be able to jog, run, you need to be able to lift some weights. What are you going to do when your kid wants to go play this or play that and it's like 5 minutes into, oh, no, I'm so tired. Just, go do it. Like, dude, that's so sad. So sad. That's why your kid's watching YouTube. Probably some other person looking up to them and it's not you. That's the saddest thing. Is your kid not looking up to you as their hero. If you're not your kid's hero, you're not doing it right. And if you're wondering what I'm drinking the high quality H2O. Finally got a hydrogen water bottle. About a week, actually, yeah. No, not even a week ago, a few days ago. Let me tell you something. Hydrogen water bottle, it's freaking great. Water's a little bit smoother. Allows you to absorb your minerals and vitamins and everything a little bit more. I don't know. If you all check out Gary Brecka's podcast, he talks about it all the time. Pretty good podcast. But that being said, back to being gentlemen. Imagine that. Running out of lighter fluid. And my torch. My favorite torch my wife got for me for Valentine's Day. It's actually the best one I've ever had so far. If y'all smoke cigars, let me know what y'all's favorite is. Because asses are my favorite. I haven't really found one that I like better. The Maker's Mark cigar that I had last time, of course it's definitely bigger, obviously. That one was good. It was bourbon infused, real smooth. Now I'm going to hop off my soapbox. We're going to get away from being men. But yeah, you really should be. It's super sad that guys don't want to be men nowadays. They just want to be boys, want to play video games. Like, I want to have fun. Fun is for the women and children. Women and children. Once you hit like 16, 18, you should focus on getting rich. And one thing that I hate hearing is someone telling me money can't buy happiness. I'm sorry, but there was one point in time in my life where I did have more money. It wasn't the most moral and ethically way, so I stopped. Wasn't the greatest person. And I'm sorry, but money does buy happiness, because when your mother calls you and says, I need this surgery or this medicine, can't afford it, or the insurance won't pay for it, or blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, but you're going to want to have money to be able to pay for that. I don't know about you guys, but I want to retire my parents, my mom, my stepdad. They've done a lot for me, and other family members as well. There's other ones out there that I can't wait till the day I say, hey, you ain't got to work no more. Here's a card. This is how much will be put on there each and every month. Your bills are paid. You don't have to worry about it. That's what I strive for. I strive for helping the people that have helped me out. And then the people that are struggling and the things that I've learned in life, such as me when I was fat, I want to give tips and tricks and everything about how I lost my weight, being brutally honest, because I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, because sugarcoating shit is what got me fat. And yeah, that was a pun intended. But that being said, I think that's going to be it for the Manhood Monday. This is the very first one, episode 1 of Manhood Monday. I'm going to go every Monday for Manhood Monday. I am still in the thought process. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm going to at least do every Monday, Manhood Monday. But I would like to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So 3 days a week. Now, each and every day is going to be a different video, and it's going to have a different topic, of course, whatever. That's not the podcast, though. I do have a podcast coming up. I'm recording this coming in the next few days. I'm not going to say what day. But very soon will a podcast be coming up, and it's going to be a fucking great one. It's going to be a special treat. Very smart person. They own businesses. So if you guys are interested in learning some things, not just being a gentleman and stuff like that, or looking for my amusement, because I'm hilarious, of course. Not funny, I'm hilarious. But I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope you all are staying true gentlemen out there. And remember, treat women with respect. Don't treat them like an item. Don't treat them just like another woman. You need to hold a standard to yourself. And if you're not better than yourself, well, sorry, but you're losing yourself, because you don't just maintain anything. Sorry, but $1 yesterday isn't worth the same amount as it is today. It's probably worth a lot less. Just like a muscle. If you're not working it out to grow it, it's actually getting smaller, decreasing. So, that being said, keep bettering yourself. Tell all the other guys out there to be gentlemen. Set yourself to a high standard. Set those high standards. And do not lower them for anything. And no one. Love y'all. God bless. Let's get it.